What's going on YouTube? What's going on Patreon friends? How we all doing today? What's up with the BTS Army band? How we all doing? Looks like we've got, I think this will be the second person in the Patreon now. I could be crazy, maybe more. Second person in the Patreon requesting some BTS, Jin specifically, and I like this because I just watched DJ Swizzle last week talking about the song that he did with Jin, and then I watched the performance of Moon as well. I guess it was a live stream, and I thought it was cool, man. I thought it was neat. It's tough, man. I don't know if I've talked to this crowd about this much, man, but like I'm a big loudmouth about support for ADHD, and like the struggle is real. The struggle is real, but it starts with awareness. So anyway, I'm not gonna move into a bunch of excuses, but what's nice is because there's 7 of them, I kind of want to like be able to focus on one at a time, and I'm still going to do BTS group performances, but for now I'm going to focus on Jin for a bit, and then we'll move into hopefully someone kind of naturally, and we'll go through all 7 as it kind of rolls out. But I had a great conversation with my friend Angel on the Patreon, and I've got a few artists, I've got a few songs that have saved my heart, that have convinced me that love is worth it, and man, like life past those times has become beautiful, and I have nothing but smiles on my face and appreciation, and like all of this, especially the support. Like I can't express how amazing all this is. Patreon, YouTube, everything. My family, myself, everyone appreciates it. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's watch this. You can check me out. Patreon if you want to send me your links as well. The links in the description box. My friend Angel, looking forward to this. This is Jin Best Live Vocals Part 2. It's updated. I'm assuming there's a Part 1. I might just watch that for Patreon. We'll see. Let's go. Link in the description box. If you like this, man, if you like this kind of video, I'll tag it in my video too, but go check out their Patreon. 난 너를 사랑해. 난 너를 사랑해. 난 너를 사랑해. This alone sounds cool. 난 너를 사랑해. 내가 날기 싫은 날 영영 사라지고 싶은 문을 하나 만들자 너의 맘속에 닿아 그 문을 열고 들어가면 이곳이 기다릴 거야 믿어도 괜찮아 너 위로해줄 magic shot. I like the head voice, the falsetto, all that stuff. Like I'm about to like sing some of this back just to like be like this is what regular people that quote unquote can sing would sound like comparatively, because it's like it's wild, man. It's wild. The amount of like frequencies and like responsiveness that comes out between his head voice and his chest voice is just like it's just wild. See, my voice is gonna break and I'm avoiding it. See, like this is what I'm talking about. We don't have the same register, but it's just like there is no signs of that in his voice is what I'm getting at. Here. See, I literally have a physical movement to avoid my voice cracking. You don't hear any of that. That's the kind of shit that I'm getting at. Like I'm not trying to put myself down here. I'm a confident kid. It's just like it's neat to see the difference between like superstars and regular people, right? That's what I'm here for. Oh man, like it's so high, like, and then like live in front of a crowd, adrenaline too. Come on now. Very casual, very relaxed. Y'all weren't kidding when it came to the choreography, eh? That's what we're gonna watch next. We're gonna watch some choreo next. So what I'm seeing consistently in his mic technique is that he's cupping the microphone, and I'm not too sure. Like, there's a few reasons why you could do that, and one could be it kind of helps with like volume. So like if he's singing quietly, it might like give the microphone a little bit more response because it's like you're literally funneling sound into it. Another is just he might like the tonal quality. It might make it bite a little more. In my opinion, I would try to avoid that. I would try to find out what he was trying to capture with that, and then I would try to recreate that so that you can let the microphone breathe. But I'm not here to say if it's right or wrong because it's art. At the end of the day, it's not a textbook's decision what's right or wrong. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? High notes, man. And like it's like I don't know how to express this. It's in a position. It looks like he's singing in a position of his mouth that if he wasn't as confident singing there, it would sound like he was struggling. And he doesn't show any signs of struggle or strain, in my opinion. It looks like he's being intense, like he's performing. You know what I mean? It's neat. It's neat. It looks like he's in his feelings. And like some of these, like a little bit of the lyrics I've read has like been like, you know, it's all heavy. It's all good writing, right? This is like textbook. This is kind of like the most amount you want to have your hand on like the capsule, right? Like because like you want the thing to breathe, or it's like, you know, if you're trying to change the sound of the microphone, like why don't you just use a different microphone that sounds the way you want it to sound, right? That's kind of like the argument. But like I said, like if it's stylistic, if it's artistic, if he wants it to sound a certain way, then like I wouldn't be surprised. And you know, with like the in-ears and stuff, you can hear yourself really well. So it could be a choice. It could very well be a choice. That's why I'm not willing to say one side or the other. It's just this is why I also didn't go to school, because I would just argue. It's so high. See, like I sound like a little child, you know what I mean? Like it's such a difference. It's just such a difference in the comfortability of these, like of being a superstar, right? It's neat, man, because you need like a certain kind of voice to like sing hooks and make them sound cool, especially like in between like rap and stuff, right? Because they're gonna do a lot of stuff to the rap vocal to make it sound clear. Like there's usually a lot of like percussive like keyboard stuff or like synthy stuff going on in the background just to like enunciate where all the syllables land, just so that they hit a little harder, right? And like sometimes you could barely hear them, but if they weren't in the mix, like if you actually muted them instead of just having them basically buried, it's like more of like a feeling kind of change, right? And you know, he's doing a really good job of filling out that spot. So it's like he can sing the leads, he can fill in for like the hooks and like the ad libs and stuff like that. And then not to mention, it sounds like every once in a while he's singing with either tracked chords, like vocal cords, or maybe the other singers are singing. I couldn't quite tell with the lighting, but it's just like he's always in pitch too. So it's like at times when it's risky, like when it's exposed, you're singing along with something that might be pre-recorded, like, you know, any flaw in your voice would be very obvious. And it's like, I haven't heard one yet. Listen how high this is. Good, man. Showing a lot of range here. He's got like this really rich, like I refer to it as like kind of like yawning. Like so when you like if you're singing da, da, instead of da da, it's just like it's just kind of like a change in like how it comes out based on your embouchure. But like that's the kind of stuff that I was saying makes it harder. So like if you try to like retain that da da and now sing really high, it makes it more difficult. You could do like you can move into like your like in your nose, like the bridge of your nose, and into like your chest voice, your mixed voice and stuff to make that stuff a little bit more bearable, or like for your vocal. But it becomes more nasal, becomes more shrill, stuff like that. And it doesn't seem like he struggles with any of that, man. It's just this is really cool. This is really cool. Wow. See, and like why I dig that is like because all the music I grew up listening to was like 80s rock and roll, and like you were cool if you could do all that like you know, and all that stuff. So it's like hearing him wail like that, man, is just like so up my alley. Wow. Good for him, man. It's so relaxed. It's not abrasive. It's not sharp. Like it doesn't hurt. Like sharp sounding. You know what I mean? Like it's just so smooth. A lot of power behind that too. It sounds like. Cool, man. I want to watch this. I enjoyed all of that. I forgot we were watching just like a single vocal take here because I enjoyed all of that. You know what I'm sitting here thinking, man, it's like he really looks like he's embodying, like if I sat here and if I was like super open, I'm just not going to take the time to do it. I would have no problem doing it, but I'm just not going to take the time to do it. But if I was super open about like what I think it would be like if I was in his shoes, like if that was the dream. I'm a guitar player, I'm a singer, you know, if overnight I was in BTS, let's just all just pretend for a minute, like I feel like you know, hitting that high note on that rising stage and him like bent over, like that's what you want, like that's, you know what I mean, like that's kind of the dream, right? And it's like he looks like he's feeling a lot of that, like from like a humble standpoint. Maybe I'm projecting a little because like it's not jealous, like it's like a fun envy, I guess, but it's just like if I was in that position, man, it's like that's what I feel like I would want that to feel like. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Someone's got to vibe with that. Someone's got to vibe with that. Like he's turning away from the crowd, so he's obviously not just doing that for the crowd. Like it's a lot of feeling, you know what I mean? Like it's for the song. It's not just for I'm in front of 150,000 people, whatever it is, doesn't matter, 60, whatever, right? It's like he's turning away from the crowd for the performance, and it's like that's past all these tickets, man. That's bigger than all these tickets. You know what I mean? Camera presence. Like power behind it, man. Let's go back for a second. So back to the mic technique thing. So the real only purpose for that is you get used to the distance that covers the distance between your nose and like your upper lips. And then the microphone's exactly where it needs to be. You don't need to look anymore, right? So like, and you can have your lips pressed right against it. That's fine, like especially if that's what you do all night. But that's just typically what that is. Just in the same spot. I'm bad for when I come up to a mic stand. When I come up to a mic stand, I put my nose against it and then I sing out of polarity. It's a thing. Listen to how high that is. Ooh, I like the jacket. See what I mean? Like that da da, like it's just, instead of da 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 da. You kind of hear the difference? I'm trying to over accentuate it a little bit. Oh, goodbye down the stage. I like that. Piano player too. See what I mean? Like it's just like yet again going between like head voice, mixed voice, chest voice, or falsetto, whatever it is, back down to his chest voice. There's no struggle. There's no struggle. There's no change. Like I say, like I had to physically make my position change to be able to not break my voice, and I was trying to make my voice crack because like vulnerability, man, bring it on. But like I was trying to let it happen, and I've just like I guess I've practiced enough to like I've tried to avoid it. But he doesn't show any signs of that. He doesn't show none of it. I guess voice breaks too. I think he's very much singing for the song, like, cause like I talk about this in guitar players. Some guitar players will play, like, say like they're doing a cover and say it's like a classic song, it's got a classic solo, and they just like shred and wail on top of it. It's like, man, like all that stuff you're playing is just for other guitar players. Like no one else cares, you know what I mean? And singers do that too, but like I don't see that here. It looks like I say, like he's singing for the song, right? Like he's not singing to show off, he's not singing to flex, any of that. He's singing for the song, and it's like if he was jumping around and being all like, you know, intense or like wild and stuff, it's like you wouldn't be able to have this gentle of a falsetto to follow it up, right? Like it's good, man. It's professional. Big reverb and a big delay on that. I like to dig it. That was a cool back and forth. The Super 55 wasn't actually plugged in. It's just the headset mics right here. But the back and forth with like the low vocal, the low rap vocal, and then like that high falsetto is cool, man. So high. It doesn't affect him. It doesn't like all that movement, all that stuff. You can't hear it in his vocal, right? I'm like what I was getting at earlier is just like when he was singing that gentle and that pristinely. It's like you don't want any movement. Like you just want it to be just set it down. Here it is, right? Like if anyone watches Santana play, man, like when he plays live, when he gets like really going, he's like seated on a stool with the guitar like upright like this, and it doesn't look cool, but it's like that's how you're supposed to play that kind of stuff, right? It's the same thing with like singing like high and like being gentle and like this very like pretty kind of scene. It's like you just don't really want to move around a lot, but he's showing right here that he could very well could. Crowds, man. Low vocals now. I really like his like where his voice where like it's like an intentional break or like a squeak almost or like a pop. I don't know what you call it. I really like them. I don't know. They sound tasty. They sound like he can do them whenever he wants to, which like I know a couple singers that are like that too. I like can kind of anticipate it. I guess like I know how to make my voice do it. I don't know if I could do it all the time. It sounds like he can do it whenever he wants, but I really like him, and it sounds like he doesn't rely on them either, which is cool. All these beats. It looks like they're having a lot of fun. See what I mean? Like his intonation is like right on cue with like these tracks, everything that's going on here. It's probably his voice from like whenever they recorded out the samples and stuff. But like he's right intonated with it. Because the thing is two takes is two takes. It's like two different fingerprints, right? So it's like you have to stay like almost in the zone for each performance, right? Like each song performance too, right? It's neat. It's neat. All the beats, man, all the beats. Even like on that top note, it was like this B B instead of B B. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's so consistent, so consistent. Beats are fun, lots of fun. Crowds, man. I like that he hasn't overshot that yet either. And again, I'm just talking about how he's a professional. I'm just like, yep, absolutely professional. I dig it. I dig it. They're having fun. I like to see it. I like to see it.
새로움의 정원
I want to hear more of that chord. Come on, one more. All that, the unison too, like that note there, just beautiful. How like their voices work with each other, man. It looks like they're having a lot of fun. Listen to this. See, and it's like what I meant by the accuracy earlier. Like there's no looking for the note. It's just do. Like here I am even looking for it, right? And like, again, I could have all these excuses. I don't know the song. I wasn't in pitch. Blah, 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 blah. He's not looking for it at all, and it's fantastic. And he's staying true to the da instead of a da. It's just two different tones, man. It's just consistent. Wow. Best job in the world, I bet, being a rock star. Security guards everywhere, eh? I bet. Bonus 1, 2. Just laying in, eh, with the guitar too. That's cool. It's good, man. It was good. I let the video finish. Always gotta let the video finish. It helps that it's like good music to listen to. You know what I mean? Yeah, I dug it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a cool like way of really showcasing a really dynamic vocal, I guess, right? Because like there's lots of like high stuff, and there's a lot you have to go through because you have to go through like the chest voice, the mixed voice, the head voice, falsetto. You have to go through it all. But like to showcase like the capacity at the low end too, and like how clear, how accurate, like all that stuff, all that. Like it's like I say, he's a professional. He doesn't need my affirmations, but I'm sitting here enjoying it. I hope y'all appreciated this as well. See everyone again soon.